let's do it.
All right, what's up, Wolftick Nation? We're just going to start referring to all the fans out there as Wolftick Nation. All the viewers, subscribers.
Wolftick Nation.
Yeah, public subscribers. Everybody, Wolftick Nation. So that's how we're going to open it from here on out.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. What we're going to do today is we are going to talk about all of our tire escapade, our tire reviews we've been doing over the summer.
Escapade. Well, it's all a big cluster.
Yeah.
Poop.
Yeah. So we did the GoodYear tires, the Kenda tires, the Maxxis tires, and the... What was the other
I wasn't listening to you.
Vittorias, and we did the Vittoria tires, right? If you guys have not seen those videos, make sure you go back and maybe try to pilfer through them. Does that sound good? Pilfer? Just go back and look at those videos.
What's up with all the weird words right now?
We've been getting a whole bunch of questions like we always do. So, what tire do you recommend the most? So, we were talking about it, and we've come up with our own Wolftick version of going through each tire and grading it in its own category. And he's got this whole system worked out.
I'm a numbers guy. I like numbers. I like to play with numbers. So I came up with the system that's not exactly scientific, but it's the Wolftick version. It's going to be our rating system for our budget tires that we try out. And we're going to do it consistently with every tire that we get and we test.
Yeah.
You're busting out blueberries.
Yeah, I'm feeling blue today.
You've been acting like it. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and and do that. And what's funny is Jeremiah doesn't know the results yet. Like, I've quizzed him, and there's a couple formulas. Let me break down real quick. Hopefully I'll do this Reader's Digest version real fast. So basically the categories are going to be, and I want you looking at my notes. Okay. The categories are going to be, of course they'll be the size, but then the categories are as follows. Looks plus feel. So every category is pretty much a 10-point category. So on a couple of the categories, we'll break it down to 2 5-point categories and then combine it to make it a 10-point. I know it's confusing. We'll do that. Then cornering plus traction, straight line traction, climbing traction, braking traction, the feel of the traction as you're going down a trail. Then there's speed, the speed of the tire, the speed feel. How does the tire feel rolling, resistance, and whatnot? Like what the hell are you doing? You're a mess, son. The thing that is more scientific, if you will, is the weight. We weighed the tires. So what we do is we give it 10 points minus the weight, and then that's the point total for that category. And then there's a penalty. The heavier the tire, the worse it's going to be. Yeah, the heavier the tire, the little bit lower score it's going to get in the weight category.
We're fair with it.
And then there's a penalty for anything that misses the width. So if it says it's a 2.6, it needs to be as close to 2.6 as possible. So,
and on that, we did measure with the caliper. We'll show some B-roll of us going from knob to knob on the tires, doing it the proper way like we did in the original.
Yeah, not on the rim. We were actually doing it off the rim, and some people said on the rim it changes it. What we have found is it doesn't.
He does a little spread out method, and I get the caliper.
And the very edge of each, knob or whatever. I mean, so everything is
knob.
You like saying knob. Anyway, so then we take that number, so we times that by 10. So say it's 2.68, so it's over by, 8 hundredths. So we take that and we times it by 10, so it would be a 0.8 deduction off of the score. So I think you guys get it. Anyway, I know it's a little confusing.
So he did all that.
Over time, that's how my brain works. I like to do numbers. Yeah. Drives him nuts.
We're going to smoothen that out. We're going to go over the tires, and we're also going to go over this new tool that eBraz, one of the eBay stores, has sent us. It's called a JAKEMY J1001 professional tools multi-kit. I think it goes for around $17. And here recently I had to use it. So we're going to go over, it's got a chain breaker, and we'll maybe talk about it here in a little bit after we do the tires. And at the end, we want your guys' comments as far as what do you think the best bang for your buck is with the tires. Yeah. Depending on your kind of riding. Because remember, we do all sorts of riding here.
You do mostly flowy, smoother downhill trails. Mostly.
I want to hear your guys' opinions on these tires, and would you pay that much to have that set of tires? Remember, we did run them front and back,
We're going to go ahead and officially start it from, we're going to go from 4th place to 1st place on the official Wolftick Videos rating system. 4th to 1st. We're going to start at 4th place.
Let's do it.
What's your guess for the 4th place tire?
4th place tire is the Kenda AMRAK.
You're correct. The Kenda AMRAK. It scored an overall score of 27.22. And as this goes, people are going to learn this system. They're going to learn, okay, they'll know what it means.
Yeah.
It's not going to mean anything to manufacturers and everybody else because they're going to think we're a bunch of idiots, which we are. Look and feel. Okay, so the AMRAKs, you scored them, the look at 3.0.
Okay.
You scored the feel of the tire. You give it a 2.7.
It's just really weak. The sidewall was weak. There was a lot of space in between the treads. Not too impressed. And it was one of the lightest, right?
It was the lightest.
It was the lightest.
We'll get to weight in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
We're not to weight yet.
Yeah.
Okay, cornering plus traction.
They were slippery.
The cornering, you gave a 2.0. The straight line traction, you give a 1.7. Does that sound...
Yeah, because I was just bucking Bronco all over the place. I mean,
speed, you did give it a 9.8 out of 10 in speed.
Yeah, those things freaking flew. I guess because they were so light, and remember at 35 pounds of pressure, there's not a whole bunch of contact there on the ground. I was flying.
The weight, 1.98 pounds, so it scored an 8.02 out of 10 on weight. 8.02? Yes, is what it scored on weight. And the Kendas measured... They're 2.6.
Okay.
They measured 2.60. So that gave it a score of 27.22. It had no penalty. Okay, the third... This is how you want to go through the tires then?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, do you have a guess for third place?
I think I know what tire ranked first. I'm going to go... Third place was the Vittorias.
You'd be correct. The Vittoria Barzos, which is a 2.6 tire. Well, anyway, you have 3.0 on the looks and a 3.0 on the feel, and you're explaining the feel right now.
Yeah, looks and feel. They're not all that flashy, but the tread has a pretty cool design, but they just, I don't know, there's a lot of space between the tread, and I don't really like that, because these trails that we've been riding, one in particular, Cat's Meow, you'd stand out there for a whole day and probably 5 or 6 people coming off pushing their bikes because they get flats.
It gets rough towards the end of it.
Those big spaces on those tires scare me. But, I mean, so we got to...
You never got a flat on them, though.
No.
Okay, cornering plus traction. So the cornering traction, you give it a 3.7. Straight line track, you give it a 4.2.
A 4.2? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember they were a little slippery and some open-end stuff. When it didn't have a real high berm on it, I kind of had to take it slow. But as far as the climbing, I remember those were pretty good.
Speed, you gave them an 8.4 in speed.
Okay, out of 10, yeah, I would agree with that. I mean,
well, I hope so. It's yours.
Yeah, I gave it to them.
It's good that you agree with yourself. Yeah. The weight, they were 2.36 pounds, so they got a 7.64.
Yeah,
they were a little heavy.
Yeah,
I think they were the second heaviest tire.
Yeah, I guess a little heavy.
Penalty for the width, they had no penalty. They measured in at 2.60.
Okay.
So the final score on them was 29.94. The Kenda AMRAKs are 27.22.
Okay, man, I'm curious to see what the other ones.
See, it's working.
With the close to the possibility of 40, give or take some.
Oh, I'm telling you, this next one's razor thin, buddy.
Really?
Razor thin.
I'm curious.
Okay, so what do you think the second place tire is?
I'm gonna go with I think I like in my head the idea of the GoodYears more than the Maxxis. So I'm going to go with Maxxis got second.
You would be correct.
Oh, okay. I thought Maxxis was going to be first.
Minion SS. The Maxxis Minion SS scored a total of 33.48 points.
33.48.
Yes. And now, so we jumped up from Barzos were 29.94. The Maxxis are 33.48. And let me break down them real quick. Look, they're a 2.5. 27.5 by 2.5 tire.
Yeah, 2.5.
The look and feel. The look, you gave them a 4.0.
I think that's just because it says Maxxis on the side.
Okay, well, to me, they're not that great of a looking tire, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's all subjective. I didn't give them a score on that. Plus, the feel, you gave a 4.5. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say this. I was impressed by the feel of the tire, and I would probably agree with you on the 4.5. I might have even said 4.75 for me. Now, the cornering, you gave a 5.0 out of 5.
Damn, on the Maxxis I did?
You give a 5.0
and remember, guys, that Maxxis video, it took a little bit to really get down the tire, but as soon as I started to freaking just gun it and go and really dig, the damn thing's stuck.
Okay, and I also want to say this. Those real-time reviews, you pretty much, most of the tire, you didn't have time. You put them on.
I put them on.
We took them out. You went down a Black Diamond right off the bat. You did not try them out.
so those are all legit, guys.
Those are legit reviews in the moment.
They are all legit. There's no before shots and after. We usually like to shoot everything as much as we can, as real as we can, real time.
So a 9.6 total for cornering plus traction category.
Wow.
Speed, you gave them a 9.2 in speed.
They were pretty quick. Although they were heavy, that kind of seemed like, I remember it helped me go through the forest. You know, it had that weight behind them. So a little hard to turn going uphill and climbing with them. But as far as the downhill and that heaviness and the speed, yeah, I could see how I'd give it a 9.7.
9.2.
I could see how I'd give it a 9.2.
You changed it to 9.7?
No.
Okay, so the weight, they were heavy. They were a heavy tire. They felt great. They're thick and all that stuff, but it paid for it on the scale. 2.92 pounds, which given a score of 7.08. So they got hurt a little bit on their weight.
That may
the weight hurt them a little. Okay, but now, and then measuring them, they're a 2.5. So we look for 2.50, right? They measured 2.41.
Yeah.
So they were.
I remember that.
So that gives them a penalty of times 10 of that 0.09 gives them a penalty of 0.9. And so their total becomes 33.48.
Damn, okay.
Which doesn't sound like you think, well, 0.9, that's nothing. But then you go to the number 1 tire that you rated, the GoodYear Escape.
GoodYear Escapes. Those tires are sick looking. They feel really good. They track well. I put those tires on my bike. Yesterday we went camping, we went to Nebo. I put those tires back on my bike and took the Maxxis right off of there.
Wow.
I love the way they look. I love the way they feel. The sidewall is tough as nails. The whole casing.
I think the Maxxis are tougher tires. I think the Maxxis.
Yeah, but I mean they're so freaking heavy.
They're so heavy, but my God, they're so thick.
Yeah.
They're so thick and heavy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you want a tire that's bulletproof, as far as if you're riding rough with a lot of stickers and stuff, those Maxxis, I don't know if a goat head could penetrate it.
Yeah,
they are
they're
thick.
pretty damn thick.
But anyway, the score difference between the GoodYear Escape and the Maxxis Minion SS. The Maxxis Minion SS, remember, scored a 33.48. Okay. The GoodYear Escapes scored a 33.67.
Damn.
So 4.8 and 6.7.
Yeah, 4.8 and 6.7.
Okay, so anyway, now let me break down the GoodYear Escapes really quick. Look and feel, you rated them on looks as a 4.7. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. The feel, you gave them a 4.5. You have nothing to say about the looks. The feel, you gave them a 4.5. Okay, and nothing to say about that. Cornering and traction. So the cornering, you gave them a 4.2 in the cornering. The straight line traction was 4.3. 8.5 for total on that category. Speed, you gave them an 8.9.
Okay.
Weight, they weighed 2.13 pounds, which made them a 7.87 score. And then the penalty width, they were a little bit over. The first tire to be a little over. They're supposed to be a 2.60 or 2.6 tire, and they came in at 2.68, which is not much, again.
Yeah, a little bit over.
So their final score is 33.67.
33.67.
Yeah. So anyway, not scientific, but it's something to work from, and it's something we're going to stick with.
Yeah, I think it's a good system, and then eventually we'll have a whole plethora of
plethora.
Tires. Plethora. We'll have a whole plethora of tire reviews. Yeah. Now, let's step into, before we get to the
Whoa, I'm going to step in
tool.
Let's
break into, before we get to the JAKEMY Multi-Tool, or the...
I'm going to break into something.
Over there?
Tonight I'm going with the Platinum. Yeah, it's Bud Light Platinum.
Before we get into that, before we break into this, let's go ahead and break into... I might actually...
I didn't want to drink it on film for the kiddos.
Yeah, I got you. I want to change up my rear tire and my front tire. Never thought in a million years I would say that, but there's been one guy that has been on my Sam Fisher has been constantly going nuts. You know how much he's been like, man, you got to. I want to see the GoodYear in the front, and I want to see the Maxxis in the back. I want to see the GoodYear in the front, Maxxis in the back. Sam Fisher, I'm telling you today, next time you see the GT Aggressor Pro out on the trails, it will have a Maxxis in the back and a GoodYear in the front. Might be a pretty good change up. Pretty much everybody. I'm just saying Sam Fisher. Everybody has been like, man, you got to do front and back. Yeah. But let's go ahead and talk about this JAKEMY tool. JAKEMY.
Never been paid for anything on it. They said, hey, we want to send you something to try out. You bought stuff from us, and we like your channel, and we want to send you something to try it out and give us an honest opinion. So
Ebraz sent it to us, and I was like, well, I'd love to check that out. So this is it. It's got 11-in-1 tools. It's everything from a flathead to the Phillips to your Torx, of course, and then some hex heads to work on it. I think my favorite thing about it, I did use it yesterday when I bent my rim. My handlebars went sideways. It was ugly. that'll be some footage for another day, but I did get to use it, and I think my favorite thing about it was after taking some screws loose was you're actually able to get a full hand on the tool, you see what I'm saying, and get leverage in there. The little one that I had in my budget tool set is a little hard to get leverage on, and it almost feels like you're going to bend the things. So this was kind of cool.
Did that feel pretty solid?
Yeah, it felt pretty solid. It's not really heavy, but I mean...
it's lighter than I thought.
Yeah, you can see on top. Well, this is out of it too, the little chain breaker.
Yeah,
it is a little heavier than what I like, but it does come with a chain breaker, and I'm going to break some chain here, and we're going to see how it goes.
It looks nice. I mean, I don't know. Cool. Yeah. I don't know how good it's going to. We'll find out how it holds up, because you will, the way you are, you're going to have to be using it.
Yeah, but eBraz from eBay, and they do have an Amazon store. We'll put links down in the description below so you guys can check it out. But anyway, well, that is our Wolftick video tire showdown. Hopefully that helps some of you guys, because there's been a whole bunch of questions on what tire we recommend.
I would like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And then I might even turn around and put a comment, because I'd feel it's worth the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm thinking Wolftick Nation, if it were me, that's what I would do. The Wolftick Nation already has it. It's the others. Become part of the Wolftick Nation.
Yep.
It's a thing. It's becoming a thing. It's growing. It's sweeping the world.
It's making
our whopping 2.7K subscribers. We're taking over.
You gotta start small, but guys, we appreciate you watching
Wolftick
videos. Hopefully you do like, and hopefully you subscribe, and you can even leave a comment which one of these tires would you feel comfortable paying. I don't think any of them are over $34. So
35 was the cutoff.
Yeah, 35 was the cutoff. So would you mix them up? Would you do a little mix and match? Would you buy a set?
Boy.
Let us know. And again, Sam Fisher, I will do a Maxxis on the back and a GoodYear in the front. And guys, thanks for watching.
And to give them an honest opinion of it.
Thanks, guys. We will see you next time. Be on the lookout. Friday's video, I believe, is the TAF real-time review when we take it down to Cat's Meow.